It's a bar tab that kind of boggles the mind. Canadians spend $18 billion a year on alcohol, wine, beer, and liquor. For better or worse, drinking is a big part of life in this country. It's something we're exploring all week long on CBC television, radio, and on our internet site, cbc.ca, in a series we're calling High Spirits. And we start tonight with a story about some spirited young women who are taking a big risk when they head out for a night on the town. Joan Leishman reports on a growing trend: binge drinking.
Getting ready for another night on the town. 19-year-old university friends, party girls, on their way to Toronto's bar scene.
Yeah, we like to go usually Thursday, Friday, Saturday, but
maybe Sunday. Okay. Feeling crazy. Not to mention that 8 a.m. morning class on Monday.
Michelle Cooper, Simone Sheen, and Brianna Shields already have a head start on things. Having a few drinks before heading out is pretty typical for 18 to 25-year-olds on a budget.
Who goes out sober?
Everyone, we have little parties that we pre-drink before, so it's like an entire event before we go out.
It's a pre-drink at so-and-so's place.
Pre-drinking is almost pretty much better than going there.
And as a bartender at Strangelove, Paul Peterson has seen a lot of young women stumble into his club.
They're already coming in with some alcohol in them, and then when they come here, they go for that binge because they want to catch up. They want to feel that effect of the alcohol. You know, they're having 3, 4, 5 shots within the course of an hour, hour and a half. Then when it's hitting them, it hits them like a ton of bricks.
Binge drinking isn't new, but the numbers for young women are astonishing. According to Health Canada, 40% of them are binging. That's almost up there with the guys at 46%.
Binge drinking is drinking for women 4 more drinks in probably about a 2-hour period of time on one drinking occasion. If you kept up that pace over any amount of time, you would be pretty intoxicated pretty quickly.
Kathleen Parks is with the Research Institute on Addictions at the University of Buffalo in New York. She set up a study that found that women who binge can have a dangerously distorted perception of what's going on around them.
We had men compliment the woman. We had the man, after a very short period of time, actually touch the woman, touch her on the arm. We had him also whisper in her ear and touch her hair. Now, most women, after they've only met a man for about 20 minutes or half an hour, would find it kind of unnerving to have a man touch their hair, from what I've heard. And it was quite interesting that the higher alcohol group actually didn't notice these, what we called probe behaviors.
In other words, they're missing critical signals.
If somebody's in a situation that could potentially be dangerous or threatening, they're not going to notice the cues that set off that little warning bell, uh-oh, I might be in trouble, as early.
Warning bells or not, 4 drinks every couple of hours is fairly typical.
over a 5-hour period of the night, I'd probably have about 8 shots.
It can range. It depends on the person, but like,
yeah, no. So
anywhere from like 7 to 11. And how much you've eaten that day. And how upset you are.
I wouldn't say like I try to binge drink, but it's just kind of what we do.
Kind of the society we've grown up in that sense. It's what we've known.
And there's something new in the clubs that gives binging a whole new feeling. Mixing caffeine-loaded energy drinks like Red Bull with alcohol.
Popular drinks now are Jager bombs, very popular. Jager with a shot of the energy drink, either Red Bull, the energy drink of choice. They like that feeling of the stimulant, of the coffee, of the jolt, of the And throughout the night, if it's a party atmosphere, they want that every energy they can get.
You're drunk, but you don't feel drunk. You're a wide awake drunk. A wide awake, energetic, alert drunk who's going to dance all night and then go out and wrap your car around a tree because you didn't realize that you weren't safe to drive.
Kate Miller is also with Buffalo's Research Institute on Addictions and studies energy drinks.
You don't compensate the same way. That's one of the risks.
So that could lead to physical dangers?
Yeah, absolutely. This can lead to physical danger in terms of motor vehicle accidents, alcohol poisoning. You're at increased likelihood, increased risk of sexual victimization. When you add an energy drink to your alcohol, not only is your judgment impaired, but you don't realize that it's impaired.
Binge drinking with or without a caffeinated energy drink is a dangerous game.
We found that on days when women were binge drinking, their odds of experiencing sexual victimization were 19 times higher than on days when they didn't drink at all.
That's extraordinary.
It is extraordinary.
There's research, and then there's the party scene. And these women are supremely confident that they can look after themselves.
We're all pretty good in the sense that we look out for each other and make sure that we've seen each other quite frequently, and that if we are going to leave, we're going to tell someone and make sure we're going with someone else. We try not to get in situations where we are vulnerable.
Usually if you go to like a group of like 10 girls, there's always that one girl that's like kind of sober or not
as drunk as anyone else.
It's not like 10 girls go out and they're all completely bombed and they can't take care of themselves.
I don't think it's planned. I just think like that's how group dynamics
it's just
work.
Like, somehow one person that stays kind of sober and they kind of like watch over everyone to make sure nothing bad happens.
From where he stands, bartender Paul often sees things turn out differently.
More groups of girls are together instead of like a guy, girl, boyfriend, girlfriend, where guys would take care of the girls that they're with. And now we see more groups of 4, 5, 6, 7 girls together. The girls really have to rely on each other for support throughout the night, because I see a lot of tragic times.
Brianna, Simone, and Michelle are in for another wild night, but they won't likely always party this hard. Research shows that after 25, binge drinking tapers off dramatically. Joan Leishman, CBC News, Toronto.